Hey guys, so today I want to talk to you about customer success stories. So we saved a client over $40,000 in 1 year in registration fees. So every single year they were paying more than $40,000 in registration fees for their vehicles that they didn't have to be paying. So we went in, we caught it, and we said, hey, did you know they saved $40,000 every single year just for us noticing something that they hadn't caught in years. We saved a company over $30,000 in actual fines. That's what they were going to get fined. We showed them how to do it just by submitting a request to get those reduced. We took a company with horrible CSA scores, took them from horrible to rock star company, the envy of their competitors because they were getting all the clients. So who is this for? So if you're just getting started with the DOT and safety management, if you've been in the industry but you really want to gain some more knowledge, or if you're currently a professional, you have a lot of knowledge but you're just looking to expand that a little bit, this webinar is for you. So who am I? I'm Tina Bryan, and I am the president and CEO of DOT Readiness Group. I have been doing this for 20 plus years. Back in the 90s, I was audited by the DOT. Technically, yes, they are called compliance reviews, but for the sake of simplicity, I'm just going to call them audits. So back then, I knew absolutely nothing about DOT. I knew nothing about the FMCSA. I just knew that I was in trouble. So I was supposed to be following all the regulations. I knew I had a DOT number. I knew what was supposed to be on the side of my trucks, but I really didn't know anything else about that. I had no idea of all the regulations that are actually in place. Took a horrible experience, a major incident and accident to finally get me to realize why this is so important. So what I want to help you do is not go through the same issues that I did, because I gotta tell you, it was not pleasant. So not only did that audit go horribly wrong, which it did, huge fines were involved, the driver went to jail, unsatisfactory rating, and to be perfectly honest, we deserved it. I deserved it, the driver deserved it. You know, we killed somebody. And although this is 20 something years ago, over 25 years ago now, that this happened, it still affects me today. It still affects me to the point where this is what I have done with my whole career, my whole life now. From that point forward, I have taken everything that I have and everything that I've learned over the past 25 plus years, and I want to share that with you. I want to share it with you so you understand why it's so important, because I don't want you to have to go through that. So through all of that, it forced me to realize what was actually important. It wasn't about making money. It was about people. It was about making sure that my drivers were safe, that my other employees were safe. It was about making sure the general public was safe. So I took it seriously, and it took me a while, and it took me some time to figure out what it all meant. But it does matter to me, and I'm so passionate about making sure that my clients and you are hiring the best drivers the best drivers out there. Making sure that your vehicles are the safest they can possibly be, making sure that you have a really, really solid safety program so that if something ever does happen, if an accident ever were to occur, you can totally just go in and say, you know what, I knew that I was trying to do everything I could possibly do to do it right. Do accidents happen? Absolutely they do. But I want you to be able to look at yourself in the mirror and know that you did every single thing you could possibly do to do it right. So that's what I want to help you with. So here's a question I have for you. Ask yourself this: could you get through a compliance review right now? If the DOT were to walk in tomorrow and say, we want to see your files, we're doing a full compliance review, up with it. Are you confident that you could get through that audit and get a satisfactory rating? Where do you think you'd be at? If you've had a major fatality incident, if you had a major fatality incident today, your driver called and said, there's been a fatality, I don't know what to do. Are you worried what the opposing attorneys might find? When you look at your files, does it just make you want to scream? Does it make you want to quit your job and go into a different industry? If the answer to those are no, yes, and yes, then this webinar is for you. Are you just frustrated with the way your company is performing when it comes to safety? Are you having a hard time hiring and keeping those drivers? Do you have all the policies in place? You've got policy after policy, but still can't seem to get control of the day-to-day operations of being compliant? Here's how to get the most out of this webinar. Be present. Just be present. Turn off your phone for just a minute. It's not super long. You know, focus, shut the door, no interruptions. Just be present and pay attention to it. Take just a little time out of your busy schedule. Look, I know you're busy. I'm busy. You're busy. But you need to take time to invest in yourself and say, how am I going to really fix this? Not just put a Band-Aid on it, but really attack this and fix it so we don't have the same problems moving forward. And be willing to learn something new. You know, it's hard sometimes, especially whenever you get complacent and you start thinking, you know, well, this is just the way we've always done it, so we're going to have to continue to do it this way. You don't have to do anything. But what you should want to do is you should want to do it right. So be willing to learn something new, have an open mind, and maybe just think, you know what, I might actually learn something. So who is the webinar not for? The webinar is not for people who just want a quick fix. If you just want something to be fixed and come in, do it for me and make it look pretty, then it's probably not for you. Like I said, if you just want it to look good on paper, but you still want to be able to break the rules and have your drivers break the rules, and well, it's okay if they go over their hours of service because, you know, for whatever reason you have, might not be good for you. Honestly, you might just want to quit the business. If you can't handle hearing the blunt, honest truth, I'm going to be straightforward with you. I'm going to tell you whenever things that you may be doing are not right. And don't take offense to that. What you're doing is not right, and if you do it this way, you can fix that. What I am asking for you to do is invest in yourself, invest in your company, invest in your team, invest in your employees. Ask yourself, how much am I willing to pay in fines? Can I afford not to take this seriously? Do I really believe that things just work out on their own? Sometimes things don't just work out on their own. Sometimes you have to take the bull by the horns and make shit happen. So let me tell you some of our customer success stories. Let me tell you some other stories about companies that we've dealt with, clients that we've had. Clients started with no knowledge and 10 trucks, grew to over 300 trucks in a solid safety program in a very short period of time. And they are still rocking it today. We had a client that had crazy turnover rates, and I'm talking 400% kind of turnover rates. Craziness. They had 16 crashes in a year. When they came to us, they were at their wits' end. They were in an unsatisfactory rating. They had a limited amount of time to fix it, and they didn't know what to do. So we took them. They were upgraded to a conditional rating, temporarily conditional. And the way I look at it is you have satisfactory, conditional, and unsatisfactory ratings. If we can get you up to a conditional rating, that gives us time to work on then your CSA scores, to work on all that other stuff. We're going to start working on all of that stuff before we even submit that request. So yeah, they had to deal with an unsatisfactory rating for just a minute. We told the DOT exactly what our plan was, what we planned on doing about it, and we welcomed them when they came back to check up on us to put us back into that satisfactory rating from the conditional that they gave us temporarily. So they were able to reduce their turnover rate, go to 0 accidents, and get a satisfactory rating after their compliance review. One of our clients was flagged in 4 of the 7 basics. 4 of the 7 basics. They went to 0 flags. 0 flags, no violations. They had a few warnings here and there. They had some, but they were well under the threshold. The CSA scores dropped significantly. They started working together cohesively as a team. So how did they all do this, right? How has all of these clients, how's all these stories related to what I'm going to talk to you about? All of them listened. They paid attention. They wanted to make a difference. They took our live seminars. They had us come into their office. But the biggest thing is that the content and the training materials that we provided to them helped them understand what they were doing, why they were supposed to be doing it, and how to implement it. So that's what I've brought this to an online training course. But I'm not even trying to talk to you about that right now. I just want you to know that we are offering an online training course For $2,989 is the value of what you're going to get out of that, and we're giving it to you for $1,297. It's a 56% discount. There is no reason not to take advantage of this because it's not going to be around forever. I'm seriously telling you, we're not giving this discount to everybody. If you go on our website and you look at our online training courses and how much they cost $2,989 whenever you add in what we're giving to you. So the online course consists of 11 different classes. It's 11 classes, 11 topics valued at $1,297 by itself. So by itself, if you go online right now and look at our website, you're going to see that those courses by themselves cost $1,297. But we're actually offering you for a limited period of time. By the end of this webinar, if you do not click on that button and register for those online courses, then you're not going to get that discount. But you're going to get the 11 classes. You're going to get full DOT compliance systems. So all of the stuff that's in our flash drive, what I call our flash drive or a DOT compliant full compliance management system, you're going to get all of that content, which is valued at $795. You're going to get that included. It's free. You're also going to get 3 months of our exclusive VIP customer email and phone support, which means you're going to get extra content. You're going to get access that nobody else gets. We have our regular membership that people that subscribe and download our ebooks and things like that, they get the membership and they can talk to our community and, you know, kind of answer questions back and forth. This is way more involved. Our exclusive membership involves email and phone support. So as you're working through these 11 classes, as you're working through the process, you can call us. You can book time with me, book time specifically with me and talk to me about your specific needs, your specific problems. How are you going to address this? And I'm going to walk you through that. Believe me, that is unheard of. I don't even go to clients' offices anymore. I have team members that do that. And my whole goal is to be able to teach you what I know, to get all this knowledge that's in my brain and give it to you. So let me tell you about a couple other stories. So we had a client that had horrible time recruiting drivers, and I mean a horrible time. It took weeks. Their recruiting process was weeks, and sometimes even, 4 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks it took them to recruit. And by the time they actually got to the end point where they wanted to hire somebody, that driver already had another job. So then they had to start the whole process over. They were having such a hard time. So after going through our training, they went to having 20 plus drivers in the pipeline waiting to get hired from them. Yeah, they might have had another job, but after taking our course, after learning our system, after changing some stuff in their policies and procedures and how they do recruiting, they were able to go from having a 2 to 4 week recruiting process to a quick 2-day process. Get them recruited, get them in, get your process done, quit looking at the applications that you know aren't going to fit, and start paying attention to the ones that are. And we showed them how to do that in our training. In our online course, we showed them how to do that. And they had 20 drivers, 20 plus drivers. Every single month they had 20 plus drivers in the pipeline that were qualified, vetted, ready to go, waiting for a spot. Another one, we had a client went from infighting and arguments and seriously literal fighting, physical fighting between their mechanics and their drivers. Drivers would walk in the shop, mechanic would chuck a wrench at his head, and it was just an HR nightmare. It was constant fighting between mechanics and drivers. And after we showed them what they could do to solve that problem, after we taught them kind of the process and the personality styles and the different mindsets between mechanics and drivers and what the process should be, it was amazing at how they went from hating each other to actually helping each other. Mechanics started actually teaching drivers how to do proper pre and post trip inspections. It was craziness in the beginning. And then it turned to a cohesive team, drivers, and I know that sounds unheard of, and you may be sitting here thinking you are crazy. That never is going to happen because mechanics and drivers are like cats and dogs. But I'm telling you, it happened. So another one, conditional to a satisfactory rating after 7 years. 7 years of dealing with a conditional rating and all of that, what the consequences for that were, huge insurance rates. I mean, their insurance rates were sky high because of that conditional rating, and they've been dealing with that for 7 years. They just didn't understand that there was a way to get that upgraded without having to go through a full-on compliance review. Even though by the time we were done, they were like, you know what? We feel like we could have a full-on compliance review and we'd be just fine. And they would have been just fine because we took it step by step. We took small incremental things that we taught in these 11 courses, and we showed them, okay, let's start on this one now. Let's start on this one now. Let's work through the driver qualification files and let's make it better. Let's hire better. Let's vet them better. Let's have a better process. Now let's move on to this section. Now let's move on to your vehicle side and let's look at your vehicle program and see what you're doing, how we can improve it, and how we can get your scores to where they're in a good solid state. And at that point, then we asked for that upgrade, and it showed. The DOT didn't require an investigator to come back in and look at their company on site because they could see it in the CSA scores. They could see that their scores were improving, and we showed them that, and we proved it with our corrective action letters. So it happens, and I'm telling you, it doesn't have to be a nightmare for you. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to be complacent. Be better. Be a freaking rock star. So here's another story. Went from being terrified. I had a client so terrified. They were so scared that the DOT was going to come in at any moment because their CSA scores did not look pretty good. They were pretty bad. And they were just terrified that the DOT was going to come in. So, you know, they were willing to do just about anything. And I'm not going to take advantage of people like that. I'm not going to take advantage and use fear and all that stuff as a way to sell you something. And that's not my intention here either. But they literally were scared that the DOT was going to come in and shut down their company and take away their livelihood. And we just showed them, okay, do it step by step. In the online training, we show you step by step. Do this one first. Okay, where are you at now? Well, I'm here. Perfect. Now let's go to the next step. Okay, now where are you at? And we just did step by step by step until by the end, they were like, oh my gosh, I'm ready. They were like, I want the DOT to come because I'm a freaking rock star at this. I'm a badass at DOT. And it made me so happy because I'm like, yes, you are. You are a badass at DOT because you followed a process that actually works and has been proven time and time and time again. So again, I want to tell you, the online course, it's 11 classes valued at $1,297 all by themselves. By themselves, they're $1,297, but you're also going to get the full DOT compliance filing system, and you're going to get 3 months of exclusive email, phone support, and membership. 3 months of that for free. It's included in the price of $1,297, which is normally, if you add that up, it's going to be valued at $2,989. You're getting more than a 56% discount. 56% discount on that. It is a limited time, so you have to register now. If you wait until after this webinar, you're not going to get that discount. You're going to go to my website and you're going to hope you're going to get this discount, and you're going to see that the normal price of all those things is $2,989. And then you're going to, email me and say, hey, can I get that discount? No, you can't. So again, you're going to get the online courses. It's 11 classes. So, and I want to tell you that these are not 5-minute, 6-minute courses or classes that you're going to take. Some of these classes are 30 minutes, some are an hour, some are 2 hours long. In this training, plus you're getting email and phone support. You're getting membership support, and it's not regular membership. Like I said, anybody who comes to our website and downloads a free ebook or anything like that, they have access to the regular membership group. You're getting the exclusive VIP membership group where we share a lot more content. We share a lot more knowledge, a lot more information. It is a good value. Plus you are also getting phone and email support. You're going to be able to book time specifically with me. Unless I feel like one of my team members is going to be able to help you more, it's going to be with me. So you're going to be able to book time with me, which I have to tell you, my schedule books up quick, but I always leave time specifically for exclusive membership phone and email support clients to book with me. You're going to pick it on a schedule that works for you. You're going to go to my calendar and you're going to pick the time that works for you. So do not wait. Register right now, because this is the end of the webinar. You're not going to be able to see it after this. You're not going to be able to get that discount. So make sure you click the button. Click that button. So that's all I have. And I want to say thank you so much for watching this. Go and register for those online courses. Click the button. Click it now, because this is the last one. I'm done with the pitch. I'm not going to tell you anything else other than it's almost done. Bye, guys.